One of the best skills that an alpha man must have at work, of course, he must have his hard skills checked. But if he wants to be a true alpha, he must master a certain set of soft skills also. If you're an alpha male and want to be the best at your job, then you need to know some basic soft skills to help you manage conflict with others at work or in a business relationship. This video will show you some of them so that you can become more confident and successful at whatever job or task will come your way. Ability to diffuse conflict. You might be wondering what this skill has to do with being an alpha man. Well, every man should know how to handle conflict in a healthy way. It's his duty to avoid sick arguments. If you can diffuse a conflict and avoid it in the first place, your chance of success is much higher than someone who doesn't know how to deal with disagreement effectively. I've seen many men lose their jobs or their business relationships because they did not know how to handle disagreements or arguments appropriately. The ability to listen and communicate well are crucial skills for any successful relationship or business relationship. There are lots of different ways that you can learn how to talk about things that are bothering you without seeming like a jerk, meaning being assertive. This will help keep problems from escalating into bigger issues. How to present to a group. When you're presenting to a group, there are several things that will help you come across as an alpha. First, be confident. Showing confidence is the first step in becoming an alpha at work. Second, be prepared and know your material inside out. Third, keep it concise. Don't cover more than your audience can understand or retain in one sitting. Make sure everything you say is clear. No one wants to listen to a rambling presentation unless they're forced by some higher authority to do so. And even then, there's only so much of that sort of thing one can take before tuning out altogether. Engage with every member of your audience. Don't just look at whoever asked the question or who seems most interested. Look at everyone because everyone deserves attention when speaking, especially if they're really important people. Make sure passion shows through. If someone asks something boring, they'll probably fall asleep while listening, which means less work will get done overall. Finally, make sure goals are met. If someone doesn't understand something, then talk slower until they do understand or write down notes so any future meetings go smoother. Learn to manage stress. It's a fact, stress is bad for you. Stress can lead to heart problems, depression, and anxiety issues. That's why every alpha man needs to learn how to manage stress to stay healthy. Here are some tips that will help you get started. Learn how to relax by taking time out of your busy schedule once a day, or even once a week, just for yourself without anything on the agenda except relaxation. Practicing meditation daily can help alleviate stress and improve your concentration skills at work, as well as outside of work. If you practice meditation while socializing with friends, they'll thank you. Exercising regularly will help reduce tension caused by working long hours without taking breaks or vacations, because exercising releases endorphins that make us feel happier even when we're stressed out. How to meet deadlines. Achieving deadlines isn't always easy, but with the right planning and mindset, it's possible. Here are some strategies to help you meet your deadlines. Plan ahead. This one should be obvious, but it often gets overlooked by people who don't like to think of themselves as lazy or disorganized. If you know that a project is due in 2 weeks, and you need 10 days to complete it, and if you're doing this on your own instead of being assigned by someone else, then get started on it 2 weeks before the due date. Create an outline of what needs to be done. Make sure all necessary resources are available. Maybe you might want some extra time for research. Then get going. It may feel like a long time off now, but once everything starts coming together smoothly toward completion, those last few days will fly by, faster than expected. Set up a schedule so that tasks are completed at regular intervals for multiple days, rather than getting pushed together into one big rush at the end, when everything has piled up behind schedule already due just because no one had planned properly beforehand. Be a team player. Being a team player is about more than simply doing your job. It's about getting things done and working with others to do so. If you're a real leader, being able to work with other people is a key skill that will allow you to make sure everyone's needs are met as effectively as possible. If you're on a team, here's how to be a good one. Be proactive when it comes time to get things done. Communicate clearly with the rest of your team members. Be flexible when it comes time for someone else's ideas or suggestions. Learn how to manage projects. Managing a project is an important skill to have as an alpha leader. It's critical that you can plan, manage, and delegate tasks in order to keep projects on track and on time. Plan the project. Make sure you know all the details of your project before it begins. What are its goals? Who are all involved in this? What resources do we need? How long will it take? Create a timeline for yourself so you can keep track of when each part needs to be completed by and by whom. The more organized and detailed your plan is, the easier it will be for everyone involved in completing their tasks efficiently. Manage people. When managing people on projects or teams, make sure that everyone has clear roles and responsibilities from day one and throughout. This will help ensure that no one steps on anyone else's toes or, worse yet, does something wrong because they weren't given proper instructions. This also builds trust among coworkers because every person knows exactly what they're supposed to be doing at any given time during the project cycle, thereby reducing confusion when things inevitably change along the way. Learn how to fire people. When it comes to firing people, there are no shortcuts. You can't just kick them out of the office and make them leave. That's illegal, for one thing. It's also unprofessional and cruel. And if anything goes wrong down the road, you're going to have trouble with HR or legal issues that could end up costing your company more money than keeping them employed would have cost in the first place. Also, even though you might be tempted to do it yourself because they're such a nightmare employee, don't be tempted by this. Your job is not to fire people. Your job is to help employees succeed so that they'll want to stay on board at whatever cost necessary until they either resign or get fired by someone else, maybe someone senior to you. If someone isn't working out for whatever reason, they aren't performing well enough, or maybe their work style clashes too much with yours, then make sure there are solid reasons behind why they should be let go before doing so yourself. Otherwise, it could lead backfire in ways both practical and legal. Conclusion. Remember that alpha men are born, not made. If you feel like you're missing some of these skills, there's no need to worry. You can always learn them and practice them until they become second nature. Use this video as a guide for where to start, but don't forget about all the other resources available on our channel. If you found this video useful, give it a like so that we know to research and cover more subjects like this. And of course, subscribe to our channel to be notified when we post something new, and to learn how you can improve your manhood so that you will be more successful with girls in your career, with your money, and with life in general. How to be an alpha male. Don't forget the comments area too. Our community will try to help you get the best advice to be more manly, so start a conversation. Also, check the next video. It will give you more inspiration in your journey to becoming an alpha man.